Firstly, I would like to introduce the RWTH International Academy to you shortly before we go into detail. Okay, so the RWTH International Academy is located in Aachen, as you can see here. We are part of a big technologically innovational park, which is at the border to the Netherlands, and I'm also located here right now, and it's next to the University Clinic. So as you can see here, we are part of a research cluster which is located in Aachen.
So the master program in periodontology is a Master of Science degree offered directly from RWTH Aachen University, and our next course start will be this September. The course is extra-occupational and part-time, so it's designed to be studied next to your job as a dentist. To realize that, we offer the master degree in a blended learning concept, which means that 70% of the master degree are offered digitally and 30% are composed by hands-on training live here in Aachen. The course is 3 semesters long, which means 1.5 years. And throughout the first and the second semester, you will travel to Germany for 4 times for the practical training. And the attendance for these 4 practical weeks are mandatory. The course is privately organized, which means that we have a tuition fee of 8,300 euros per semester. And we are supported by different industrial partners. The logos you can see on the slide below. So at the moment, we are supported by 4 German dental companies, Dürdental, Kamlock, Braun, and Geistlich, which are specialized in different dental fields. And the master degree is in general aimed at dentists from all over the world. You will be taught by 25 different lecturers. And since 2021, we had 5 batches. On the left, you can see some impressions from the teaching situations here in Aachen. And so far we had 84 participants, which were composed of 37 different nations. 18 of them gained a scholarship, which I will talk about in a minute. And here you see how the blended learning is made possible. So in general, you will have digital teaching, which will be digital lectures delivered via Zoom. And at the same time, you will have access to different online learning materials, so you can deepen your knowledge in your own speed and pace, since you will get access to our digital learning platform, where additional video materials, scientific paper, quizzes, etc., will be offered to you, so you can learn even more in your own scheduling. And when you are here in Aachen, you will have the practical training, and you will also gain additional contact teaching situations with our lectures. The curriculum is shown now. So as you can see, throughout the first and second semester, you will have 4 modules each, and the third semester is completely dedicated to your master thesis. The first semester will start with the basics of periodontology, so we will start with the oral microbiology topic, as well as periodontal diseases and a non-surgical therapy. And afterwards, after these 2 modules were finalized, we will enter the surgical part of the program, so you will have 2 surgical modules. In the second semester, we will start with emergency management and maintenance. And the second part of the semester will broaden your knowledge in neighboring disciplines, which are implantology and lasers in dentistry. And then you're already in your third semester and will write your master thesis about a topic of your own choice. Here you can see how your studying with us would be composed. So as I explained, you will always have 2 modules simultaneously to make it still fitting to a working schedule. So you would start at the end of September with the classes in oral microbiology as well as periodontal diseases. Normally you have a lecture every second Wednesday night, German time, which is 6 p.m. So India, like the Indian time zone is, I think, 4.5 hours later. So for you, it would be quite late. If you cannot join, we will always record all the live digital webinars and provide the recording afterwards in our digital learning rooms. So you can always check them out again. You can use them to prepare for the exams. Or, as I said before, if you cannot join, you can always rewatch them. In November, you will travel to Germany for the first time for your practical training, and in December, you will have the exams for the modules in oral microbiology as well as periodontal disease. In January 2027, we will start with the 2 surgical modules. You will travel to Aachen approximately late February, early March. It's not fixed yet. And at the end of March, you will have your exams. And then the first semester is already done, and you start your second semester in April 2027, where we will start with emergency management as well as maintenance. You will approximately travel to Aachen in June or July, and you will have the exams in mid-July or end July, and then the second part of the semester is composed of implantology and lasers and periodontal therapy. You will travel for the fourth and last time to Aachen approximately in August, and then have your last 2 exams in September 2027. And then in October 2027, you already start your master thesis and will graduate at the end of March 2028. So when you study with us, you can expect comprehensive topics as well as modern treatment concepts and access to modern cutting-edge technology. You can boost your knowledge on the interface between human medicine and dentistry. And for us, it's important to offer small learning groups and a direct contact to our renowned lecturers, which is why normally our batches are normally composed of around 15 to 20 students and not more. On top of that, of course, you have a different network options. Here I can proudly announce that we will implement our buddy program, which means that you will get access to our exclusive alumni network, where you can choose an alumni who will guide you throughout the study. So you will not only have support from the India office, from myself and my colleagues, but also from a former student who already graduated with us and who can give you different insights. After graduation, you will be able to plan and perform different periodontal treatments, which are individually composed for the different needs of your patients. And you will also be trained in emergency situations. Here, it's not only dental emergencies, but also medical emergencies. You can improve your skills in implantology and lasers treatments, and as stated before, you become part of our network of lecturers and alumni from all over the world. The application process is 100% digital. You need to apply, you need to register first at RWTH Online, which is the digital application platform of the university. After you have registered, you can apply for the master degree in periodontology and upload all the required documents. We will be informed by the system if a new application was submitted. So then we will check your application, and if everything is fine, it's sent to the scientific director for the final admission decision. The required information to join our program are successfully completed studies in dentistry. So we need your transcript of records as well as your diploma. You need to submit a license or something comparable that you are allowed to practice as a dentist in your home country or the country you live in. And you need to prove at least 2 years of working experience as a dentist after graduation. So if you needed to do a house job or mandatory internship after your time at the university, this is not accepted as part of these 2 years, since you need them to become an independent dentist. So if you needed to do this form of house job or this form of mandatory internship, we will count your working experience after you have done that. You need to prove your English proficiency on a level B2. Here we accept all common tests like ELTS or TOEFL. We do not accept websites like Duolingo. If your first degree was taught in English, then we also accept an official document from the university you studied at, which will prove that. And to complete your application, you need a CV, like an updated CV, which shows what you're doing until today, as well as a motivational letter why you would like to join our program. For all Indian applicants, we need the APS certificate. This is not needed for the application, but it is needed for enrollment. So you would still have some time to get this official document, since enrollment will approximately start in July or August. Nevertheless, we like to explain this already in our info sessions, since it can take some time to get this document. So if you would like to join our program and if you would like to join the German university, I would recommend that you already take care of this APS certificate. Since the class is privately organized, and we have high tuition fees, we offer our own scholarships. Luckily, the deadline is March 9th, so next Monday. So you still have some days to apply for the scholarship as well as for the program. The general application deadline for the program is July 15th, but for the scholarship, it's already next Monday. We offer two different scholarships. One is only for employees of the university or the university clinic, but the other one is the Academy Scholarship, which is offered to every student, no matter where you're from or where you work. Important, or the most important thing about this is that you make sure that you follow the process. So if you would like to apply for the scholarship, you need to apply for the master degree first. So after you have applied for the program in RWTH Online, then you can apply for the scholarship via our website. On the website, you will find all needed information, which needs to be uploaded, for example. So I highly recommend that you check that out before and read the scholarship offer, which is posted for download on our website. And afterwards, we will check your application, and you will be informed if your application is fine or if something is missing. It is important that we only accept applications for the scholarship which are complete. So you need to have a complete master application as well as a complete scholarship application. Only if you get admission before the committee meets at the end of March, then you will be applicable. So since the deadline is March 9th, so next Monday, as I said before, you need to make sure that all information which is required were submitted by you. You will be informed approximately in early April if you have gained the scholarship or not, and then you will also receive your participation agreement. If you are in need of financial support in general, since the costs are quite high for this program, I highly recommend that you apply for more funding options, not only for the one scholarship we are offering. The Academy Scholarship will reduce your tuition fee by 50%. It's not a fully funded scholarship. It will give you a discount, more or less, of 50%, but the remaining tuition fee still needs to be paid. And you also need to consider that you need to pay a semester fee to the university, and you need to pay for travel and accommodation to join us for the practical training. So if you know you need financial support, I would highly recommend that you apply for other funding and sources as well. Some of the databases you can use for research are also stated on our website. So as I said before, on the one hand, you will pay the tuition fee, which are the 24,900 in total, which is normally split into 3 installments. Each is 8,300. If you would gain the scholarship, this is all split in half. And it will be paid in 3. Additionally, to make sure that you gain all the rights a fully enrolled student in Germany have, you need to pay the semester fee directly to the university. The fee changes every semester, so it's roughly around 300 euros, which come on top. And both fees are paid to two different bank accounts. And if you make an international transaction, just keep in mind that there may be some transaction fees which need to be paid as well by you. Since we get a lot of question about the working allowance in Germany, this is also something we included in our information session. So in general, it is not possible to work as a dentist in Germany without the German approbation. And if you gain the master degree from us, this is not an equivalent to this German approbation. These are two different processes. So on the one side, you gain an academic degree from a university, and on the other side, you gain the allowance to work as a dentist in Germany. Depending on where you're from, you can apply for a temporary authorization to practice here. But you need to research that for yourself if this applies to your individual situation. If you would like to gain the German approbation, you need to decide in which county of Germany you would like to practice. So, for example, Aachen is in the area of North Rhine. And then you need to contact the Chamber of Dentistry of North Rhine to gain more information how to get the German approbation. For all approbation processes, your documentation will be checked. So you need to prove your graduation certificate, transcript of records, what you studied in detail. So they will check if your degree is comparable to a German dental degree, and you need to prove that you speak German on a level B2. Depending on where you're from, there will probably be an additional exam you need to take to prove that you have the same knowledge as a German dentist. And every year so far, we had at least one student who decided to get this approbation next to studying with us. So it is possible, but please be aware that it's a really long and complicated process, and it will ask a lot of you. So if this is an option, just keep in mind it's gonna be a really hard time. As I stated in the beginning, the master degree is a part-time degree, so we do not expect our students to move here to study with us. The majority of our students stays in their home countries. They keep working there as a dentist to use the knowledge they have gained with us directly on the job, and they only travel to Germany for the 4 attendance phases. For travels, a tourist visa is enough. You need to keep in mind that embassies have a really long working schedule, so it's always best to inform yourself early on which information are needed for the visa type you would like to apply for. And this is unfortunately all I can say about this, since we are legally not allowed to counsel on any visa issues. It is completely up to the embassy. We can create some documents which are needed for visa support, for example, an invitation letter or an admission letter. But if you need this kind of supporting document, it's important that you inform us about it as early as you know via mail, and that you state in the email which information need to be given in this invitation letter, since this differs for every country. Some countries will ask us to state that the language of instruction is English. Others will ask us to state the exact dates of every attendance phase. So it's depending on a little bit at which embassy you apply for what kind of visa. So ask them beforehand what information need to be stated, that the process is as smooth as possible. If you decide to move here, which we do not expect, as I stated before, there are probably other visa requirements you need to fulfill, so please keep that in mind, as well as long waiting times for appointments. If you would like to join a German university, you must either provide proof of health insurance or the exemption from this proof of health insurance. Depending on how old you are and where you reside, it depends for which situation you need to apply. We have collected different situations in the FAQ on our website, so please inform yourself beforehand. This is also not needed for application. It is needed for enrollment, but it's always good to inform yourself early on to make sure that you have all needed information that you can apply for the fitting case, which fits individually to you. Of course, the International Academy as well as the India office are present on Instagram as well as on LinkedIn. So if you would like to follow us and to never miss any information, just follow us there. We are always happy to see some new faces. And before we open the questionnaires, I would like to introduce the organizational team on the right side with my colleagues Marco and Antonia. And on the left side, you can see Professor Andreas Braun, who's the scientific director of the program, and who will, for example, will also be your teacher throughout some of the modules we're given. And with that, my introduction of the program is already finished.